Well, good morning, dudes and dudettes. So, this is day 2 of my door restoration or refinishing. I got the one side sanded yesterday, scraped and sanded, and I still have to do the trim on that side. It's very decorative trim. You can kind of see here. There's lots of little indents and at different rates and stuff. So I'm going to try the Dremel for sanding that today or getting it cleaned up. It doesn't have to be completely like wood down to the wood. I don't mind like spots here and there, but I did turn it over last night and start on the second side. But then we totally got distracted with a friend dropping in and going to dinner and then going over to Heritage Brewing because they're amazing for a beer with some other friends. So yeah, good distraction last night because my hands were starting to kill me from all the vibration and the scraping. So it was a nice break, but I'm at it again this morning. So this side, the other side was white, like white paint. It was the inside of the door. This is the outside. And the finish that was on this side, the brown side, was actually like crispy. It had been so like sun damaged or weather damaged. So while scraping, I have to be careful that I'm not scraping wood, like chunking out the wood, because it really does feel like wood because it's so crispy. So I think the Dremel will help with that for all the little detailed parts. So I'll show you some pictures of where we are, and then once I get this done, the scraping and the sanding, I will have to get the wood glue out because some of the trim is a little loose, so I want to tighten that up. And once the finish is on these guys, I will do a little bit of caulking just to keep the glass a little tighter because some of the glass panels are a little shaky. But I think part of that is because the trim is loose. So once I get the trim tight, I'll put a little bit of caulking to finish it up. But these are going to be wonderful as like the partition between the maker space and the retail space. I think they'll have presence and they'll just be a beautiful addition to that side of the shop. It'll be really nice. So I'm going to keep going because they're not going to sand themselves. And I'll show you after. Hi guys, so update on the doors. I have had to get some paint remover or stripper to do these edges because I cannot get in there. So I have coated them with the stripper and I've let them sit for about 15-20 minutes now. I am going to, once I'm off camera, strip these or try to scrape them a bit. I don't exactly know how to scrape them because they're in such a curvy corner. But I am going to, I have my steel wool and some gloves and some cloths, and I am going to see what I can do. Okay guys, so I'm staining the doors, or just staining the doors. So I am using Special Walnut from Minwax. And because the doors were so like janky and painted and everything, we only sort of sanded them. We got them kind of scraped down. We wanted this like beat up look. So I just added a thin coat of the Special Walnut, and then the other door is just underneath it there, and I have little stands between them. But yeah, and then I'll put a clear coat on, and they are good to hang. So we'll show you the finished product. So I'm just putting the clear coat on the wood, the protective hard coat, on the wood of the door, or the door. And here it is. It looks a little bit foggy in like white foggy in some like the corners and stuff, or where it was a little bit thick, but it will dry completely clear. So we will, that's the one side. Okay, so door update. They are done. They're not hung yet. I've just got them kind of like sitting in place. But this is where they're gonna go. Just a little bit higher than I have them now. So there they are in all their glory. They are done. And
Is you walking back to me?